Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another party prep. If you like these videos, I have an entire playlist of these that I do for my kids. It's just something that I always love to do for them. Birthday parties are a really big deal in our family. I've told you guys this on Instagram before, but every night before bed, the kids like to talk about their birthdays, even the day after their birthday party, and they plan their birthday all year long. We look at different decor, and we just like to talk about it before bed because I like them to think about something happy and exciting before falling asleep. So I hope that this video just motivates you to try to do it yourself. And also, if you are somebody that's so busy that you just have to order things, that's absolutely fine too. No matter what you decide to do for your kids' birthdays, I'm sure you're doing amazing and that they appreciate it. So let's start getting into this video. The first thing I'm doing is making the cakes or the cake and the cupcakes. And I'm just using box mix. I have done like from scratch in the past, but knowing how much decorating I was going to have to do on this cake, I just wanted the quick way out. So I am just using box mix, which is also absolutely fine. I'm using gluten-free funfetti and then a gluten-free chocolate cake along with pre-made icing. I always like to start with the baking first because I find that the most stressful, and then I go to the next most stressful thing. So after the cake and the cupcakes, I move on to the balloon arch, and not that it's super stressful, they're just time-consuming things that I want to make sure are done first. So this is how I am going to kind of grease the bundt pans. I purchased these bundt pans on Amazon when I figured out that I was going to be making this ridiculous snake cake that Carter picked out on Pinterest. I figured, you know what, it's worth the challenge, it's worth the fun, like let's just try and make it, and whatever it looks like, I'm sure he will love. I personally think that it wound up coming out amazing, but one thing you should know about me is before I make any of these cakes, even before I do anything I haven't done before, I'm going to watch a million videos on it. So I watched a bunch of videos on making bundt cakes and did my research because I was so afraid that I was going to make these cakes and they were not going to come out of the bottom of the pan. So one thing I read was to use melted butter and some flour to coat them. So that's what I did, and it came out perfectly. But yeah, I think it's a good idea just to do your research, kind of look at a couple different videos before you're doing anything new with cooking or baking. I just have always done that. Even before starting my YouTube channel, I learned how to edit videos and I learned how to make thumbnails and all of that through watching a million YouTube videos. Alright, the cakes are in the cake pan, and now we pray. The reason I didn't do the cakes and the cupcakes at the same time is just because I knew it would take me a little bit to do the cakes anyway, and it will take 18 minutes for these cupcakes to be finished, so it worked out perfectly. After sitting in the pan for 10 minutes, I'm letting them cool on the cooling rack. Same thing with the cakes, I'm letting them cool in the pan for 10 minutes before I try to get them out. Also, this was an amazing Aldi find like 2 years ago. I'm just storing the cupcakes in here until tomorrow, and then before the party I'll just quickly icing them and put the cupcake toppers in. Alright, moment of truth. I was a little nervous, but look, they came out perfectly. I think that the butter along with the flour really helped. The only cooking spray I have currently is avocado oil, and I was really just nervous to only do like an avocado oil spray. But now I'm just cutting these in half. Thank you, Pinterest, for this amazing idea, because I'm really proud of this cake. At first, making this cake, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so ugly. It looks like Finding Nemo. Like, I was so down about it. But after I took a break from staring at all the million little dots of icing that I made, I came back and was like, okay, I really like this cake. So anyway, I'm just taking the bundt cake, cutting it in half, and making my snake. Also, that board was just a board that Chris had in the basement, so we washed it and it wound up working out perfectly. That's something I forget to think about a lot. It's like, okay, how are we storing this cake? How are we transferring it? So luckily we had that board. And now I'm just making some Rice Krispie treats. This also gave me a little bit more confidence in like shaping cakes differently, because I've never molded Rice Krispie treats for a cake before, and so many people are like, oh, just make a Rice Krispie treat, and in my head that sounded like so extra and so hard, like I didn't know how I was going to do it. But after just like making the Rice Krispie treat and letting it cool for a little bit, it was very easy to mold. So even I'm thinking about for Ella, she's having a unicorn taco birthday party, her choice. She's having a unicorn taco party. Yes, you heard that right. That'll be in August, so I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to decorate for that. But I think I might be able to do a Rice Krispie treat as the horn. I don't know, let me know what you think. So I was cutting a piece of the cake off to try to fit the snake head on it. It's not perfect, but there's nothing some icing can't fix. Seeing how this came out was a relief in its own. I'm like, okay, this shape is making sense. Let's pray that we can decorate it. The one thing I will tell you guys is that I highly dislike icing. Like, getting it into the piping bag is always a disaster for me. Getting it all over my hands. I hate how icing is so sticky on my hands. So it's not like I just like love icing cakes. I like the finished product, and I really enjoy being creative. My first major in college before I became a nurse was an art major. I wanted to be an art teacher. It's just something that like I always really love to do, is teaching and being creative. So I think it's kind of funny that I, wound up on this platform, because I feel like I get to do a little bit of teaching and a little bit of being creative here as well. So I'm just using the orange food coloring for that white icing to make orange. Carter picked out the colors for this snake as well. That's one thing that's really important to me, is just doing my birthday parties for the kids like how they want it. So he picked out the cake. We love looking on Pinterest together. Ella just picked out taco cupcake toppers today. It's just like our thing, if you don't go all out for birthday parties like this, you're still a good mom. These videos aren't to make you feel any less or like you're not doing enough. They're to inspire you and give you ideas, and that is all about, that's like what I'm all about. That's what I'm about and what my channel is about. So that's all I'm hoping, is that this video can give you some confidence. It can be really fun to do this kind of stuff. I ran into a problem here because I had too much flour on the white cake, and so I was having a really hard time with the icing sticking to it. But on the chocolate cake it was so much easier because I didn't have all that excess flour. So that's another tip, learn from my mistakes and like try to wipe off some of the flour before you try to icing it. Also, I wanted to add that I know I'm not piping right. I'm just a mom. I'm not a baker or like a pastry chef or anything like that. I have no idea what I'm doing most of the time. I just follow directions and try. So that's what I'm doing here, because I put up a reel of this on my Instagram, and I know you guys are just trying to help me, but so many people are like, that is not how you pipe, you're not holding the bag right, and I appreciate it, but I just did whatever worked for me at the time, which is what I usually do. But part one is done. I'm going to add a little bit more like boxes and shapes to the side as well, but I wanted to get started on my orange icing. Okay, so I started icing this cake around 3:30, and I did nurse the baby and put her to sleep, but by the time I finished this cake, it was a little after 7:30. So yes, it took a fairly long time, and my hands were like still cramped the following day. We just used some Hershey's Kisses for the eyes, which was Chris's idea, and it came out perfectly. And then we used a fruit roll-up for the tongue, and I saw this idea from somebody here on YouTube. Now that that's done and the kids are sleeping, it is the night before the party, I should mention. I'm just going to start on my balloon arch, and this time I'm not using the like arch that actually sticks to the table that I often use, I'm just using the balloon tape because I like how I shape it kind of like near my stairs. That's probably just always going to be like our little balloon arch wall now. So yeah, I'm just using the tape. I talked to a lot of people and they were saying how hard it is to get the tape to stick to the wall, like when you're using the balloon tape, like how to get it to stay properly. And I will show you how I do that. But first, all you do is figure out like what colors you want. I like to leave myself some extra tape on the side that I'm starting on so that I can use that to tie a string to get it onto the wall. But what I do is I just go one balloon in one direction, another balloon in the other direction, just stick them right in these little holes right here and pull them through. Somebody else said that sometimes they tie the second balloon to the other balloon, but I don't do that. I should try it sometime, but this is just what works for me currently. So yeah, just putting this together. You can do it whatever color order you want. I usually like to do 2 of the same color at a time. I will one time try like the color blocking. I don't think I've ever tried that yet. I think I always kind of mix them through. But anyway, yes, putting this balloon arch together, it was not bad at all, especially if you have the balloon pump. I will have everything linked in my description box below. If I forget a link, just ask me in the comments and I will try to find that for you. But I do have everything linked for this balloon kit. Whatever party you're trying to do, I feel like these balloon arches have a bad name. They are actually really easy to do if you do not have to blow up every single balloon by yourself. And if you have this balloon arch tape, and if you figure out how to get it on the wall, which I'm going to show you, I tie a string around where I want it on the wall, and then I use a thumbtack to get the string into the wall. But yeah, this whole kit of all these balloons was $20 on Amazon. You can just search whatever type of balloon you want. Like for Ella's birthday party, I searched unicorn balloon arch, or if you put like a red and blue balloon arch, whatever you're looking for, I'm sure there's a kit on Amazon. They pretty much have everything. So the side that I'm putting up right now was the side that I had the extra balloon tape on. So I pinned it to the wall with a thumbtack with the balloon tape. Now I'm going on the stairs. I'm tying a string around the part that I want held up again, and then I'm thumbtacking that string into the wall. I already dropped it once. Wait, this time I lied. This time the string wasn't staying to the wall, so I tied it around the stairs because the string that I used wasn't thick enough. So if you use like a thicker ribbon and thumbtacks, that should stay as well. But yes, I agree. It is hard to get them onto the wall. That's why I like having the balloon arch that attaches to the table if you're doing like an outside party or something like that. But you can hang it on the wall if you have something to tie a string to. Now that I'm more comfortable with the balloon arches, I've been like adding a little bit of like extra decor to them. Like this one, I added some vines. This balloon arch actually came with the vines and a couple of leaves. Or you can buy like some different shaped balloons and tape them on once you're done if you see any empty spots that you want done. So for mine, I tried to put like these like hanging vines on the side where I felt like there was too much wall space showing. And then I got blow up snakes, which I got blow up snakes and blow up monkeys just for the party in general. I had no idea what I was actually going to do with them, but I wound up hanging the snakes on the other side, and then it took away that wall space there, and I just really like how it came out. Most of the time when I order stuff for parties, I don't know exactly what I'm doing, and I kind of just wing it and like add everything together at the end, and it always comes out okay. But here is the goodie bag stuff, and I'm going to go ahead and stuff these goodie bags. Some things I got on Amazon, but the Target dollar spot right now is amazing. I got these little treasure chests in there, and then some more of the toys are from the dollar spot. The goodie bags are also from Amazon, and I'll have those linked down in the description box as well. So these tablecloths came in a pack of a bunch. So there's like this one that's like the leaves, and then there's ones with all different animal prints. We wound up using a lot of them. We used one on this table, one on another table, one on the island, and then one on the dining room table. It is the next day, and Carter is so excited for his birthday party, and he wanted to blow up the stuff with me and just kind of help with the decor. He's going to help stuff the piñata and all of that, but right now he's blowing up some more of the snakes and monkeys, and I am putting together the happy birthday banner that I'm going to wind up hanging from the mantle. Also, we did not plan on hanging these monkeys from the railings here, but it was actually adorable. Everyone loved it, especially Evie. She loved looking up there, staring at them when she was in her jumper. But yeah, so now I'm putting together this Wild Kratts happy birthday banner and putting it on the mantle, and then after that, I'm just going to finish up setting up the table. I got some little masks and some hats for the kids to wear. And it was all a hit. Honestly, every kid loved everything. They wound up bringing home some hats. Everyone took pictures with hats. It honestly was just a perfect birthday party. It was only our family. Kind of since COVID hit, we've just been having family birthday parties, like no friends or anything like that, but it still just works out perfectly. I have really been thinking about making a video just on birthday party tips or entertaining tips or hacks. I'm not sure what to call it, but I have things that I do at every single event that works out really well. We host a lot of things, and I feel like I've learned a lot. One thing is that I always do this like little tiered stand with, cups and utensils and napkins, because 9 times out of 10, if I don't do this, everyone's like, where's the napkins? Where's the cups? Where's the this? Where's the straws? So if every time you have something like this set up, it's all right there. So it just works out really well. You don't have people like asking you where things are. They're just perfectly set out here, and everyone can find them in the same spot. I got this from Big Lots a long time ago. But now that that's set up, I'm just wiping things down, setting out some more decor. So yeah, you guys have to let me know if that's something you'd be interested in watching, is like a party must-haves video or something like that. Like I said, I have a lot of things that I use for every single get together. But yeah, let me know. Now Carter is stuffing the piñata, which he picked out as piñata, and he just wanted this plain old 6, which was perfectly fine. Now on to icing the cupcakes. So this chocolate icing tasted good, but it was not the easiest to pipe with. My sister and a lot of other people said they make icing that is like specifically made for piping. You know, like they make it themselves, and maybe next time I need to try that. But I just bought everything from the store this time, and I think by the end I kind of got the hang of how to icing the cupcakes. So I hid all the ones that I messed up in the back of the cupcake stand and put the pretty ones in the front. Now I'm just putting the cupcake toppers in. These are Wild Kratts. I know like not a lot of people are familiar with them, but it's a show on PBS that my kids are obsessed with. And these are the creature discs. And yeah, when Carter told me he wanted a Wild Kratts birthday, I was like, oh gosh, how am I going to pull this off? Because I don't feel like it's like a super well-known show. It's not like on Nickelodeon or Disney. But it wound up working out really well with, you know, the whole jungle theme mixed in with it. So yeah, now you guys just have to pray for me for a unicorn taco party. It should be really interesting. And these leaves came with the balloon arch, and I also bought another set of leaves from Amazon, but I had no idea that I was going to do this. I just had these leftover leaves. I didn't know I was going to put them under the snake either, but I think it really gave it so much extra. These M&Ms really gave the party a little something extra. Like, these are really extra to have your kid's face on an M&M, but M&M's emailed Chris and asked if he wanted some like free M&Ms for Father's Day, and you could put like your face on it or like Happy Father's Day. And he was like, well, actually my son's having a birthday party, you know, can we do that instead? And they said absolutely. So they sent us M&Ms for his birthday party. We just had to pick out the sayings that we wanted on them and a picture to send them. And actually, I could not stop eating them. I swear they taste different. They must be like more fresh when they're sent customized, because they tasted completely different from the ones you would eat in a bag. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Next, we are just setting up the tables. These tables are a must for us because, like I said, we host for a lot of holidays, and every birthday party we just do at home because that's how the kids like it. So it was a great investment. The tables are each $100 a piece on Amazon, and then you buy the chairs. But you know, if you're having tons of birthday parties and family holidays at your house, it's just worth it. We always put the number balloon on the little air vent here, and then I decided to put the snake in the middle of it last minute, and it worked perfectly. I also threw up a couple of the leaves on the island lights, just something silly and last minute that I really liked how it came out. So now we just put out all of our little trays. We've had these forever, like the dip trays and the plate trays I got from my wedding shower. Gosh, a bridal shower, how long ago was that? 7 years ago. We're having our 7-year wedding anniversary on Carter's actual 6th birthday, which is June 20th, which is also Father's Day this year, which is also the first day of summer and the longest day of year. But yeah, Carter was born on our 1-year wedding anniversary, so you know, June, we just have lots of fun activities. And if you're saying to yourself, what is this crazy girl making right now? I am making gluten-free pretzels like I made in my last Get It All Done video. Carter and Tanner and Ella, actually, they loved getting soft pretzels from the pretzel factory, but once we did like their allergy test and found out that they had a reaction to gluten, we, you know, couldn't get them from the pretzel shop anymore. They don't have gluten-free ones. So I found this mix, and I'm making them soft pretzels because I did get a pretzel tray, because I always let my kids pick out what food they want for the party. And Carter wanted his favorite pizza, which is Jules thin crust pizza. It's not a chain. They make delicious gluten-free pies, and everything is fresh and organic, and they are delicious. So that's another tip for you. If you're going to be doing the cake and doing all the decor and doing everything, don't kill yourself and try to cook everything as well. If I'm doing all this, I usually get stuff catered, or, you know, if it's like a family picnic, usually everybody brings something. But yeah, you don't have to do it all. I learned that. I used to try to do everything. And then around, I think I finally got it on Carter's 3rd birthday, like, okay, it's time to start getting food catered. We can't do all of it. So that is it, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this party prep video and that it gave you some motivation. Sorry if it was all over the place, but sometimes when you're like trying to get things done and remember everything you have to do, like getting the best angles and stuff is a little bit challenging, but I still hope that it gave you some motivation and inspiration to try doing your kid's birthday party yourself. It doesn't have to be super expensive or super challenging. There's so many different things available on Amazon, or even at the dollar store. They have amazing like party stuff. But yeah, let me know if you want to see that party hacks video. I would be happy to make that for you. And again, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And remember, whatever you're doing for your kids' birthdays, it is enough. Please don't compare it to this video. Birthday parties in our house are like something that we wait for all year round. It's a really big deal in our family, and that is why we go all out.